Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a legendary story from T.H. White's The Once and Future King. It's a tale about destiny, but a destiny that absolutely no one saw coming, least of all a young boy. And really, it all boils down to this one timeless question, doesn't it? Is a great leader someone who fights and claws their way to the top through pure ambition? Or is it something deeper, a quality of character that destiny itself recognizes? Well, let's find out. So, let's set the scene. Our story doesn't kick off with some grand hero on an epic quest. No, it starts with an entire kingdom teetering right on the edge of total chaos. The news drops like a bombshell, brought in by a very flustered King Pellinore. Uther Pendragon, the conqueror, is dead. And worse, he has no children, no heir, no one to take his place. Suddenly, the whole kingdom has a massive power vacuum.
And look, this isn't just some small problem. It's a full-on crisis. This is the kind of thing that could easily plunge the entire country into civil war. But Pellinore, through all his stammering, also brings word of a very, very strange, almost magical solution. Now, Pellinore's explanation is a little all over the place, but the prophecy itself, it's actually pretty straightforward. Basically, there's a sword, and it's stuck right through a big iron anvil. That anvil is fixed onto a huge stone, and the whole thing is just sitting there in a churchyard in London.
And written right there on the sword itself in shining golden letters is the challenge that's going to decide the fate of the entire kingdom. See, it's not a test of strength or wisdom, but a pure test of worthiness. The person who can free this blade, that's the rightful king.
So the plan is set. A massive tournament is announced for New Year's Day. Knights from every corner of the land are going to flock to London, not just for the thrill of the joust, but for a shot at the ultimate prize, the crown itself.
All right, so let's meet our key players. Traveling to this very tournament is a small, pretty unassuming group. You've got the practical Sir Ector, his ambitious son, the brand new Sir Kay, and Kay's young squire, a boy everyone just calls the Wart.
And the difference between these two foster brothers is just night and day. Kay is practically buzzing with ambition, dreaming of glory in the tournament. The Wart, on the other hand, his role is simple. It's his duty to serve, to carry his brother's stuff, and stay out of the way. Okay, so picture it. The scene in London is incredible. A whirlwind of colorful tents, banners flapping in the wind, armor flashing everywhere. But in all his excitement and his nerves, Kay has overlooked one very simple, very, very important detail. Yep, he forgot his sword. The one thing he absolutely needs to compete. In a total panic, he turns to his squire and impatiently orders the Wart to ride all the way back to their inn to get it. He even offers him a whole shilling for his trouble. And this one simple errand, this one forgotten sword, sets off a chain of events that is literally going to change history forever. As the Wart gallops back toward their inn, he hits an unexpected snag. The inn is locked up tighter than a drum, double barred. Of course, everyone's gone to the tournament. Desperate not to let Kay down, the Wart spots a quiet churchyard, and right there, in the middle of it, is a sword sticking out of a stone. To him, it just looks like some kind of war memorial. And this part right here is so important. His intention is completely pure. He's not trying to fulfill some prophecy he knows nothing about. He's just a kid trying to help his big brother out of a jam. So he figures he'll just borrow the sword. But the second his fingers touch the hilt, the world around him just transforms. Music starts playing from nowhere, the light gets all clear and beautiful, and then all his old friends, the animals he met during his magical lessons with his tutor Merlin, they appear, cheering him on, reminding him of everything he's learned. So he pulls once, nothing. He tries again. Still stuck. But then, remembering all his lessons, he gives it a third try, and with the voices of his friends ringing in his ears, the sword just slides out of the stone and the anvil as easily as if it were in a scabbard. No effort at all. Now, the Wart still has absolutely no idea of the incredible thing he's just done. He just races back to the tournament grounds and hands the sword over to a very relieved Sir Kay. Kay's eyes go wide. He recognizes that sword instantly from all the stories. And in a moment of pure, blinding ambition, he tells his father, Sir Ector, the biggest lie of his life. "Father," he says, "I have the sword from the stone. I pulled it out." But Sir Ector is a man of honor. He's no fool. He just looks his son straight in the eye and asks him to swear on it. And under that steady, questioning gaze, Kay's big lie just crumbles, and he quietly admits the truth.
So it's back to the churchyard to settle this once and for all. Sir Ector puts the sword back. He tries to pull it out, fails. Kay tries, fails miserably. Then they ask the wart. He just walks up, slides it back into the stone, and then draws it out again, easy as he please. The prophecy is confirmed.
In that one single moment, the entire world is turned completely upside down. Sir Ector, the man who raised him, gets down on his knees before the wart. He reveals the truth, that he's not the boy's real father, and that the wart is clearly of noble, royal blood.
But here's the real kicker. Instead of triumph, the new king is just terrified. He begs his family to get up off their knees, crying that he wishes he'd never seen the filthy sword at all. His very first act as king isn't some grand command. It's a plea born from pure humility and fear. You see, this whole story shows us that true greatness isn't about chasing after power. It's about having the character to handle it when it's suddenly dropped in your lap. The throne didn't go to the ambitious knight who wanted it so badly. It went to the humble squire who wasn't looking for it at all. It kind of suggests that destiny isn't looking for the person who wants to be king, but for the one who has what it takes to actually serve.